Hi guys. So I just thought I'd pop in briefly. I'm on my lunch break right now, and I've had my coffee and I had a little bit of cake. I was a bit naughty, but I did have avocado toast today. So choosing better choices every day, guys. Anyways, so I just thought I'd pop on very, very briefly and just relay a conversation that I had with a friend of mine who seem to believe that because I'm a mediator, that I would have no conflict in my life. Now, whilst I understand where they're coming from, I had to explain to them that simply because I'm a mediator doesn't mean I don't have conflict. I still have conflict. I'm just able to navigate that better. In saying that, there are certain types of conflict that is very difficult to navigate when there are people who aren't willing to mediate. So mediation only occurs when there are two people who are willing participants, and the key objective there is, and the key word is willing, when they are willing to come to some conflict resolution. So what do you want out of this conflict that's appearing? And if one of them says X and the other one says Y, then you can kind of sort of go, well, do you want to meet somewhere in the middle? What are you both going to be comfortable with? How do we move this forward? Eventually, people that do want mediation will come to a conclusion on what person A is happy with and what person B is happy with, and that's workable. But when you have someone who is just refusing to wade through any of the drama and any of the key pieces that are still helping them remain stuck in their own conflict in their own minds, then that becomes a problem. Excuse me. It becomes more of a speed bump. So I guess what I'm trying to allude to is, have you heard of the let them theory? So if someone's not willing to put down their defenses and put up their growth mindset and shut away their closed mindset and sit there and not wade through some of the big problems and big emotions that people don't like to be comfortable with, but at the end of the day need to be able to sit with that, and they don't, then unfortunately there's no growth. You can't force them. And this is where the let them theory comes in. You have to let them. You let them be however they're going to be. Obviously within reason. If you're at risk and, you need the police and there's violence, then that is definitely something you don't let them. But what I'm saying is, in context here, is the let them theory is, if someone is causing chaos in your life directly, and you have legitimately and genuinely tried to make them see what your version of events are, or your version of your side of the conflict, and they still are dedicated to misunderstanding you, then you have to let them walk away. You have to put boundaries in place. You will have to probably block them, because conflict can cause a lot of distress in people. Nobody likes conflict. Nobody likes to deal with unsettling emotions, but the key difference is, if you've got two willing participants who are at that point where they can sit down and be uncomfortable, even if it means taking some accountability, then you've got two people now who are willing to sit down and try and see and wade through a path forward. And that is what I do. I facilitate and create a space where two people who are on polar opposite ends of their arguments, someone's saying the sky is red and the other person's saying the sky is blue, but they're both adamant their colour's right, when they come to an agreement of saying, oh, hang on a second, let's actually wade through the facts here. What colour is the sky? Let's try and prove this. And when we prove it, we'll get a conclusion. When we get a conclusion, we can work with something. So, lost my point actually. But what I'm trying to get through at the end of the day is, conflict is difficult. And if you're willing you might be on one side or the other. So if you're the kind of person who is quite happy to sit through and talk through an argument and talk through conflict, and you're that problem solver, then God, really, really, really good. Really good, because I know that version of you, because that version is me. I am a problem solver by nature. That's why I got into mediation. And I like to sit there and I like to solve problems. And I like to solve my own problems. And believe it or not, I'm human. I have conflict in my life. The difference is with, I suppose, the conflict around me is I am able to place these boundaries and I'm able to see exactly what these people are trying. So people will try things on you when they don't get their own way. People will be manipulative, and people will jump up and down when they don't get what they want and are used to getting what they want. But when you start putting people in their place, so you see them, you see what they're about, you try and genuinely make a go of making them see your side, so that way they can say their side and you can come to some sort of conclusion about, okay, how do we move forward? But that person is committed to misunderstanding you, then you're not going to get anywhere. And unfortunately, you might have to let that person go out of your life completely until they've gone and got the help, or got the self-growth inside and the help to come with that, to help them overcome certain insecurities or certain things in their life that they're doubling down on, that is making these icebergs, these tall icebergs, that here you are trying to get over it and they're still building these icebergs, and you're here chopping it away, but they're still committed to misunderstanding and building the icebergs. You can't reason with those people. The best thing to do is let them be committed to misunderstanding you, even if they want to spread evil lies. That's on them. You have to be committed to saving your peace. You have to be committed to living your best authentic life. And living your best authentic life means living in a way that is good for your health, good for your business if you've got a business, good for your income stream, good for your children, good for your spouse, good for your girlfriends, good for the people around you. So you create a world around you that is dedicated solely to the purpose of sharing and helping each other out. If that certain person doesn't align with that and they want to sit out of the circle, then that's fine, let them. Don't continue to try and explain in 3-hour conversations or 3-page long text messages. If you haven't been able to get through to them now and they're genuinely designing to conspire or create delusions of their own and dedicated to misunderstanding you, then you just have to let them go. This will be a very hard lesson, because some of these people that you let go are genuinely good people in your life. They could have been childhood people, it could be a family member, it could be a partner that you've been with for 20, 30, 10, 9, doesn't matter how many years. You've started to build a future and all of a sudden you have to see them differently. That seeing them differently means you have to treat them differently. And that unfortunately means that you have grown and they have not. So that's just what you have to do. If you're one of these people who struggles with boundaries, then I suggest you continue to follow my TikToks, listen to my TikToks, and do your own research in self-reflection and how to put boundaries up, because there is a person out there who is the old version of you. That version of you who used to just say yes, who used to just be trampled on, who used to just make other people feel comfortable, and then you're uncomfortable. And once you learn that, once you put your boundaries in, yes, it's going to create another set of conflict, because they're like, well, hang on a minute, why are you all of a sudden doing this to me? Tough luck. That's what happens. If you don't choose to continue to grow and you don't choose to contribute nicely and kindly to a relationship or a friendship, then I'm sorry. Sayonara, goodbye. Go have fun with that. So thanks for listening. It's been a longer TikTok that I've had, and it's probably the longest that I've had so far. I hope you still enjoy my TikToks, and I will continue to give more. So if there's anything you want to learn about or ask about, send me a message, write on a comment, and have a good day. Bye, guys.